Hello, everyone. Welcome to codeLive. We're starting a little bit late today because, as it turns out, we're having some difficulties with getting the streaming going. But I want to introduce Alexandra Zulina. Did I pronounce your last name correctly?
Yes, perfect.
Awesome.
Hello, everybody.
And let's see. Let's check in with our chat people here. How about now? Question mark. We are having some issues getting everything broadcasting, and so hopefully this is going. We're going to wait just a second for our chat people to weigh in, see whether or not we're broadcasting. Joshua, I see Joshua on there. Joshua, can you see the stream going? Maybe stream. Okay. Let's do this. Let me try and bring up the stream myself.
I actually see it going on the website.
Oh, you see it going on the website? Okay, good.
Yep.
Okay, good. So we had a little bit of technical difficulty there, and that was fun and games. But now we're started. Today we're going to be talking about the Notification Builder API. This is an API in a system that Alexandra builds and helps build. She's one of the engineers on that team. And we're going to be working through what it is, how to use it, and what are some use cases for it. So to start us off, we're going to start on what a custom notification type is. And you were just giving this, great gusto about that before we determined we were having some technical difficulties. So why don't you try that again, Alexander?
Yeah, sure. So everybody now talks about notifications always, because this is the best way to get the user's engagement. So custom notifications, they allow admins to send notifications to their users when some events in the system occur that the users can be interested in. So you probably are familiar with custom notifications from our Salesforce One application, because Salesforce application already takes advantage of the custom notifications. Now you can build mobile app that will be receiving custom notifications as well. So to start with, to actually create custom notifications and trigger custom notification in the system, we need to start by creating custom notification type. So what custom notification type is basically a marker for us that tells us what notification type you will be using in Process Builder when you create a process, and Flow, or in Apex when you use Apex to send custom notification. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to use just one custom notification type and use it across all your notification needs if you don't really see the need to differentiate between different types, or you can create multiple notification types. We recommend using multiple notification types because in this case, you can actually take advantage of notification delivery settings where you can enable different delivery types for different notification types. So let's go ahead and start by creating a new custom notification type. So it is as easy as going to setup, looking for the custom notifications node, and here you have the list of custom notification types in the system. So we can go ahead and create a new custom notification type, and let's call it notify users. It has a label, it has an API name, and also the important part of defining custom notification type is which channels you want to support, desktop, mobile, or both. The desktop channel is basically whether you want your notification to show up in Lightning Desktop. The mobile is whether you want this notification to be available for mobile applications. And when I say available, it means that you just saying I support mobile, and then for every connected application in your system, you can define whether this application want to receive it or not. So I'm going to go ahead and create and save this custom notification. And in this demo, we want to show you how how mobile application can be created, and mobile application will be receiving custom notifications. So I also will take a next step, and I will configure the connected application for our mobile app to actually accept this custom notification. So to do so, I will go to the app manager.
So the notification type can be used by the connected app, and the connected app specifies whether it's available for mobile push on Apple versus Android. So I'm just trying to put a picture together, 10,000 foot overview. We've got notification types, which are, where they're going to go to desktop or mobile and give it a name. And then we also have the connected app, which specifies which of these are subscribed to. Is that a good way to put it?
Yes, that's correct.
Right.
So basically, if you want to think about it in terms of connected applications, so you know how when you develop the mobile app, you always start with the connected application, right? Because you need to authenticate with Salesforce, you need to configure application to, let's say, receive push notifications and so on. So this is one more option that you now have in your connected app definition to what we call subscribe to notification types. So I went ahead and I'm editing my connected application now. So if I scroll down, I will see the list of notification types that are available for my application. So now you see that all three types that you saw in the list are available here. I mentioned that if you don't enable mobile, then connected applications cannot use it. So if I didn't enable mobile for my notify users type, it would not show up on the list here. Okay. So I'm going to say that I'm subscribing to this type. And what is also important is that I want to receive push notifications. This checkbox, send as a push, is only displayed if application is configured with push settings. So we can see that here, my application is already configured. It's an iOS application, so it has some settings for Apple push notification service. So this is why checkbox is available here. And I'm going to enable push, and I'm going to save. So this is basically all when it comes to configuring application to receive notifications on the server side. But of course, there is this big step to actually make application on the client receive those push notifications and display them. And this is what, Kevin, you will be talking about, right?
Yeah, but before that, I want to let's just be honest, not every company is going to write their own iOS app, right? Or their own Android app. So how would we go about configuring this to also work with Salesforce One?
Oh, that's a great question. So let's say that your users use Salesforce One application, and you created this custom notification type, and you just want it to be sent to Salesforce One. So it is as easy as going to notification delivery settings.
Oh, okay.
And then here you see all your custom notification types. So you can see that my notify users type that I just created, it is already available for custom notification demo connected app, which is the app that I just edited. What I can do, I can modify this type. And you see that I have Salesforce mobile apps installed in my org. So I can enable this notification type for Salesforce mobile and save it. And that's it. So basically now, if we trigger this notification in our org, and if the user has mobile application, Salesforce mobile on a device, then the user will be receiving push notifications.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So the flip side of this, because we're talking about mobile push here, is creating that mobile application. So I have gone through and I've looked at I've done a little bit of pre-coding here to set up a mobile application on iOS. I wrote it in Swift. I like Swift, and I've written it with some Swift UI interfaces. No big deal. But the important part here is that we've created this application from the SDK template that comes with an encrypted notification service extension, which is a total mouthful. But what this means is whenever we get a push notification in, iOS is going to say, okay, wait, there is some content that might change. It's called mutable content. It's a flag. And we're going to pause here and hand this push notification off to this custom extension we've written. And that custom extension can do whatever and then display the notification for us. And so what happens is we're going to take this and we're going to put it in this notification, and that's what I'm showing you here. And we're going to write this one method, did receive UI notification request with content handler. And the big part here is that what we're going to do is we're going to call our handle notification method. And our handle notification method comes into play right here, where we're going to try and decrypt the body of our message. So let's show what that looks like here in just a second. I'm going to run this on my phone, and it's gonna build. The suspense is killing me. This is going to, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to wake up my phone, and I'm going to I'm holding my phone in my hand. You can't see this, but I'm going to show you my screen by going over here, and I've got some notifications on my screen here, but I should get my little app. It hasn't installed. Oh, here we go. Here's my the bottom corner there, and so did it say that it launched? Okay, we're running Notification Builder demo. There it goes. Now it's launching, and let me make sure you can see that on the screen. Here it is. I'm going to allow this. I'm going to log in here. And I'm going to switch off this for security reasons, so you can't make fun of my password. This is the exciting part, isn't it? Oh, okay. And I'm willing to bet that this is going to ask me for a verification token. What do you think?
Yeah.
Verify my identity.
Security requirements.
All right, let's do this. Let me switch back off here so I can read my little verification token. And here we go. Let me put this in. 859. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to allow access. Okay, and so the basic stock template app shows some users, some contacts here, and if we can interact with it by clicking on one of them, maybe. Okay, maybe not. I didn't put a lot of effort into this part of the demo app, obviously. So we've got that there, and if I put this in the background, because by default we don't want to see the notifications unless they're coming in, the app is in the background, right?
So should I go ahead and configure the process to trigger notifications?
Yeah.
Or yeah?
Yeah, go ahead and well, let's send a test one so we can show what it looks like to get that encrypted and not handle it. So let's do this. I'm showing my screen. Let me go into the org here, and I'm going to go to Connected App. And actually, I just want app. It used to be Connected Apps, and you could go in there and edit them, and now they've moved it over here, and I always forget. So custom notification demo. I'm going to go into this, and I'm going to do edit. I don't think I wanted to do edit. I think I wanted to do view. I did want to do view.
Up.
Yep, view. All right, and now that I've got this, one of the things that I really love about this interface is we've got, for this platform, we've got send a test notification. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here. It'll ask me which one I want. I'm going to look for the one that I did today, the 22nd at 6:01. There we go, and I'll put an alert. Hello, world. And I'm going to get that in the background. I'm going to try and scoot over here in time to see it. Hopefully show up. It says it was sent. Am I getting it? I have not yet gotten it. Of course, you know this is a live demo and that this is going as planned when we don't get the notification. And it was receiving them yesterday, so that's good. Let's try that again. We'll try this another time. Come on, notification. Okay, well, I need you to take it on faith that we do get push notifications, and that has been working for the past couple of days here. But the thing is, Salesforce is a secure application, and so when our SDK is also a secure SDK. And what that means is when we send a notification, one of these custom notifications out, you get the title, and then the body is encrypted. And what that means is if your phone is sitting next to you at Starbucks and is locked, and you get a notification that says, hey, you just sold, I don't know, 10 grand worth of paper products to, whatever company, you may not want that kind of detail showing up right there for everyone to see on your table, sitting next to you on the table. So what we do is we encrypt it, and then it's only if you unlock your phone that you get to see those full example, full details. So I want to go back to the code here for a second in Xcode, and I want to show you that this is the bit that we're going to call to decrypt this content. And I want you to know that I didn't write a lick of this code. All of this code was completely out of the template. The template is boilerplate for that extension. You don't need to modify it unless you want to, because all we're doing is taking and decrypting that payload from Salesforce. So for the rest of this, because it's going to be the more common use case, we're going to switch back to using the Salesforce One application so that we can demonstrate what it looks like to get that encrypted payload, etc. But for now, I want to just draw your attention to this is the real bit that I had to modify. And somebody's going to be asking in the chat, inevitably, where can I see the source code for this? I'm not going to give you the source code for this application. What I'm going to do is I'm going to point you at Force iOS, which is got the template, and it will spin up the application for you so that you don't have to worry about certificates and all that sort of jazz to configure this. So with that said, let me go back to our Salesforce instance here, and we'll look at what we've got going on in terms of our connected app. We had to specify that this was for iOS, and we did that by setting up the platform, the iOS platform key and certificate information. Lots of detail and subtleties in that. We're not going to go into it, but that is the sort of last required step to make all this work, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So now we've gotten, for lack of a better term, we've got something that we can throw at mobile devices, and we've got our mobile device set up to catch those notifications. How do we actually go about sending or throwing out that notification?
Yeah, this is the part that I love, that you have many options to do this. And this option, like some of them are very easy, like using process builders. Some of them require coding, like Apex code. So let me go ahead and start by showing you how easy it is to actually trigger custom notification from process builder. So I'm going to go to the process builder in setup. And I'm going to create a new process. And let's say that I want to send a custom notification when opportunity changed.
So the idea here being, let's say an opportunity is marked closed won or progresses in its stage.
Yeah, we can have conditions that we want there. So I'm obviously not very creative with names. So I want to start this process when the record changes.
Okay.
So I'm creating a new process, and then I'm saying that I want the process to start when opportunity changes. And then I have an option to choose whether I want to do it only when a record is created or when it's created or edited. And I want to do it when a record is created or edited. And then I have an option to define the criteria. As you, Kevin, just mentioned, I can say, okay, I want to, like, let's say it's stage, right? So I want to send notification when certain conditions are met.
Okay.
So I can say that I want to send notification when my stage equals needs analysis. Because it needs analysis from somebody. Yeah.
Can we set it up so that it will fire whenever the stage changes?
Yes. I think that you can do that.
With the formula, maybe?
An option, yeah.
Yeah. That's fine. I was just curious.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think there is an option to do this easier than a formula.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we can set this up to fire.
Yes,
okay.
And then the important part is now we are defining an action, what exactly we want to do. And in this case, we want to send custom notification.
And this is new as of winter 21, right? Or is it summer 21?
I think it was new in earlier, but basically, yeah. So the piece that is new now is that mobile applications can actually subscribe to receive this
Gotcha.
notification, and also the API that allows you to get the list of notifications is now publicly available.
Okay.
So until now, the only consumer of custom notifications was a desktop and Salesforce mobile apps. So now it is available for all the developers. So now I'm saying that I want to send custom notification, and I'm choosing what type I want to use. I want to use my notify users type. And here is the important part: who is the recipient? And you have different options. You can send notification to a specific user. You can send notification to an owner. The example of this can be that you have a case where the owner can be a user or a queue. And you might want to send notification to the whole queue of users who is an owner of the case.
Now, does that work with mobile push as well, or is that desktop only for a queue?
This is basically, it sends notification to whoever users are on the queue. So
gotcha.
Any user who has mobile device that expects those push notifications will receive push notifications.
So you could build out automation that would send this kind of notification to the queue whenever a case has been responded to by a customer but not reacted by the queue or a user in, say,
Exactly.
2 hours.
Yeah, you can do it too. Yeah. So another option is to send a notification to a group. Again, you're sending to multiple users. Or you can send notification to the queue, which again is another type of a group of users. And if opportunity team selling is enabled in your org, you can send the notification to the opportunity team. So basically, that's going to be a team that is assigned to the opportunity. So let's say that for now, I want to just send notification to the specific user. So what I can do here, I also have options. I can choose the user from a record. And in this case, I will be looking for the user ID here. So it can be the owner of the record. It can be some user ID on some other field on the record. Or I can also send notification to the current user. So this is option that is basically, it's a user who is making action. So if I want to send myself sort of a reminder that something happened, not myself, but the user to the user who is making change. Or I can send notification to a specific user. So let's say that I want to send it to Kevin. So I will just choose Kevin as a recipient of the notification.
I feel like I'm going to get a lot of notifications.
You probably will. So now the next step is to define the notification title and notification body. This is basically what the user will see. So you can either just type the text, has changed, or you can also put some merge fields in there. So you can put some details like amount, and then you can find amount here and choose the merge field. And let's just stop right there. So basically you have some title and you have some body where you can put information that includes data from the record, or it can also include data from the related records. You can use this merge field selector to actually drill down to some related records. And the target object here is pre-selected for you. So the target object is basically where the user will be taking when the user clicks on notification on desktop. As for the mobile implementation, it's up to the developer what to do with it. Normally, I guess this would be the same behavior expected. When notification arrives, you tap on notification and it takes you to some place where it will tell you more about what happened. So this target ID can be used, for example, to make another API call, to get details about opportunity and display these details in some nice way, or maybe something else that you want your user to see or to do. So I'm going to go ahead and save this process, and then I'm going to activate it.
And this should also send to the Salesforce One. We've configured that already, or the Salesforce app, right?
That's correct. We did. So I'm just reminding myself that the condition that I set was stage equals needs analysis. So now I'm going to go ahead and go to the list of opportunities.
And I'm going to switch over to my screen so we can see my phone, which we've wired up here on the screen. ready to receive this message when it comes in. Okay.
All right. So I'm going. I wonder if Kevin, if you gave me access to edit your opportunities, or if I should create another one.
Go ahead and create another one. I hadn't thought about that.
Okay.
That's a good call.
All right. So I'm going to create another opportunity with some close date. Oh, and now I'm puzzled. What to name it? Very creative, huh?
Yeah, name it widgets.
So, and we put a stage need analysis. I'm gonna save. So did you get your notification on desktop?
I did. I got the notification on this, and you see how it's locked here, right? Up here, you can see that it's locked. I'm going to now turn it to my face and let it unlock, and you'll see how it switches from notification to the payload we have. Opportunity has changed, amount 10,000. Pretty cool. Now if I were to lock this again, you'll see that it goes back to just that title, or just that notification, which is exciting to me. I like the fact that we have encrypted notifications. That's probably like, that's what excites you about this, but yes, that's what I find exciting. So that is our... Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe I should mention another security feature, since we're talking about being able to hide certain things if necessary. If you go to the list of installed applications in org, and
you want to show us? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I'm showing it right now. So these are all the applications that are created or installed in org, and let's see that I have the Salesforce iOS application here. So if you look at the details of the application, it has this checkbox here, display full content push notifications. And what this checkbox means is that I actually want the title and the body of the notification to be displayed when the device is not locked. However, I might be an admin who thinks about it and think, okay, no, that's not something that I want to do. I actually want user to see the details of the notification when the user is in the app, but I want push to only include this short title, just like some summary that I will put there. So in this case, I can just modify the setting on the screen. And in this case, that's as easy as modifying it, like unchecking it, saving, and then on in push notification, you will only see notification title. And
then I have to click on it to open it?
Yeah, and then you click on it, then it will open the mobile app. And if you go to the notification tray in Salesforce Mobile, you will see both title and a body there. And then again, you can click on the notification there and it will take you to, in our case, in our example, to the opportunity.
So I'm going to click on this and you'll see that it takes us into the Salesforce app. And of course, it's logging me back in. And when she talks about the notification tray, that's this little bell-shaped icon that has number 5 up there. And here I can see the various notifications that have come up. I did get the notification in the desktop as well, but I just thought I'd show it here in the mobile app.
And you probably think that you know it's been there forever. Salesforce Mobile had it, but what we are now saying is that everybody can build that tray. Everybody can receive push notifications on a mobile device the same way that Salesforce application receives.
That's cool. I like that a lot. Now let's switch topics here a little bit, and we've seen how to do this, how to send these notifications with Process Builder, and I'm going to show you how to do it in code now. And you may be thinking, why would I want to do that? Process Builder, it's so simple. I click here, I type in a few details, and there it goes. I'm not entirely sure I've got a good use case for doing this in Apex. You might have very complex conditional logic that you want to figure out who to send the notification to. It may be that you also have, like, I don't know, your company policy is to do things in Apex first. I don't know why you do that, but that could happen. So what we're going to do is I've created a class here, Notification Builder, and I'm just going to we're going to do a nice public static. We'll do public static void. Why void? I don't think we've got anything to return here, and we'll do send we'll do send notification to, and we'll do opportunity team, and we'll do ID opportunity. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do ID because I want to make sure that this is an opportunity. So I'm going to do opportunity op. All right. So rather than just dealing with the ID, and now I know that not only do you have an ID of the opportunity ID, I have an actual opportunity, and it is an opportunity ID. So I don't have to worry about casting that or doing a lookup on the ID preference to check it. And so now that I've got this here, we've got a little bit of code to play with. It's only about 6 lines of code, and it's kind of boilerplate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the boilerplate way to do this, and then we're going to dice it up a little bit with some refactoring. So the custom notification class is part of messaging. So I'm going to do messaging.custom notification. We're going to creatively name this notification. We're going to say new messaging custom notification, and I'm just going to do the blank constructor. There is a constructor you can use that has basically all the different options. You can cram it in one, but for right now I'm going to do the basic one. So notification dot, and we got some basic ones. We'll do set title, and what do we want to call our title?
Something happened.
Something happened. Okay, so we'll do something happen as the title, and then we'll do notification dot set body. And since we've got that opportunity object here, we can do any kind of merge fields we want. So we can do an opportunity named, and we'll do plus op.name, and then we'll do changed new stage is, and we'll do this again, do op.stage, not capital S, stage name, like that. And then we're gonna have to set the type ID, so notification dot set type ID, and it's actually not that, it's set notification type ID, and we'll have to pass in an ID here, which means we have to go get our type. So let's do that here. We'll do this at the beginning. We'll say custom notification type. Is that the right? Is it notification type or custom notification type?
For the object, it's
Yeah.
custom notification type.
Okay, good. We'll do CNT, custom notification type equals, and we'll do select ID, developer name from custom notification type, where developer name is equal to, and what did we did? What was one of ours? It was something happened. Notify user.
Yeah, it was notify user. Yeah.
Notify.
Well, let me double check that.
It's a underscore, right? Notify underscore
Yes.
user. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It is not notify capital N underscore capital U users.
Okay. So what you see there on the screen is right.
I will see it in a few seconds.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. There's a little bit of delay.
Notify users.
Is it
Users, plural.
Okay, great. Notify users. So we got that there. Now down here, what we're going to do is we're going to say notification type is equal to cnt.id. And actually, what we're going to do is I'm going to use the safe navigation operator to make sure that we got a value back from that. So my favorite little question mark there. And it's actually ID. Okay. Why are we squiggling that? Come on. Oh, come on. All right, so now that we've set our notification ID, we need to set the target. Set target ID. Now the target ID is one of two options available to you. You can either set the target ID or you can set the page reference. Now, from my work with this, I noticed that the set target ID will let you navigate to a particular record, and the page reference is a little bit more flexible, but a little bit more complex as well. Because the page reference requires your app to implement how to interpret that page reference. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, that's right. So basically, the Lightning desktop will handle page references, but for your application that you're building, that's going to be more tricky. So the target ID, we assume that's going to be the record ID of the record that user should be interested in.
Yep.
So it should be pretty easy for the app to implement some meaningful logic there.
So for this case, I'm just going to use the target ID, because when I send this notification and we open it in Salesforce 1, I want it to go to the opportunity in question. So we'll set the target ID to the opportunity, and then now we can send it. Now when we send it, we have to provide a list of users, or a group ID, or a queue ID, or an opportunity team. And so we're gonna do this to the opportunity team. So we'll do notification dot send, and we'll do this requires a set of IDs. So you can imagine if you were collecting a bunch of different IDs from different people through a decision tree, you might have already created that set and started adding things to it. But I'm just going to create a new one here. So new set of string. And then I'm going to use the constructor format that allows me to pass in something intelligent. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do op.id. Now you may be going, well, that's not a valid, opportunity team ID, and you're right. But in this particular case, if you set the opportunity, it will send it to the opportunity ID team. That's how it chooses its sort of decision on the groups there. So here what we've had to do is we had to look up our opportunity notification, our contact notification type. And we've had to build the notification. Now, like I said, there is the option of using the all-in-one constructor where you say, title equals and that sort of thing. But this is a little bit more expressive. I'm going to go ahead and save this. Let's see if I've got any typos anywhere. The suspense is killing me here. Come on. Deploy. All right. I have no typos. Okay, and so what we can do now is I can run execute anonymous, and I can pass in this function name and the opportunity ID. So Alexandra, let's find an opportunity ID here. So I'm going to go to sales. Oh, I clicked on service. I don't want service. I want sales.
And you need one that has an opportunity team.
Which I've gone in and pre-configured all of my, if I create an opportunity, it automatically has my opportunity team. So if we scroll down here, you'll see that I'm on this opportunity team, so is Sasha. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just highlight that that particular ID. And I'll go over here. And this is I don't know if you're familiar with this. This is one of my favorite tips and tricks of Visual Studio Code. I can type some code. So notification builder, and I'm just going to go down here for syntax highlighting. Down at the bottom it says plain text. If I click on that, I can choose anonymous apex. So now it's going to start giving me syntax highlighting. I can do all sorts of that stuff. I'm going to figure out what my name was. It was send notification to opportunity team. Notification to opportunity team. And I'm going to say I need an opportunity here. So let's grab that first. Select opportunity. Op is equal to select ID stage name from opportunity where ID equals, like that. So now we can pass in our opportunity here, and this should fire off our method. And the way we do this, we run this, we just hit the command palette. This is my thing that I thought was my favorite. This is one of my favorite things about Visual Studio Code. Now that we're getting back to it, I can do anonymous and hit execute anonymous apex with editor contents. So I'll hit enter there, and down here in the output, we can see that execute anonymous failed. Let's figure out why. S-object row was retrieved via Socko without querying the requested field opportunity name. All right, so we know that when the opportunity comes in here, we're going to need the name, and we're going to need the stage name, etc. So let me go back over here, and I'm going to get stage name. Let me put in name, like that. And now I can run that again. Execute anonymous. That's there. Okay. And sounds like somebody got a notification.
That was me.
That was me. I got one too. Here, let me go over here. Hey, something happened. An opportunity named. Test opportunity changed. There's my ID, the decision makers. Now, as I said, a lot of this is boilerplate. So let's do a little sort of intelligent refactoring here. I named this notification builder because we might want to reuse this for multiple types of notifications. So let's do this. We'll do private static void. So this is going to be internal to this class. We're only going to be able to use it here. That's fine. We're going to do send notification, and we're going to need a notification, so custom notification. We'll call this notification. And we're going to need the target, and we're going to need the recipients. So we'll do set string recipients, and we'll do target ID. We'll do ID target ID. Now, with this in place, we can actually do this part. Drag this down here, and and this is just going to be our recipient list. Okay, and we're going to pass in that notification. So we have the notification there, got the recipients, and the target ID. Actually, we don't need the target ID because we can construct that. So we could, and actually this turns out to be a whole lot less interesting of a refactor than I thought, since we refactored exactly one line out. And now we're going to add another line, which is to say send notification. So let's think about how or if we want to be able to do that anymore. So basically what we've got is a method to send it to the opportunity team, because that's how we're setting the target ID. But we could generify this and just say target ID, or here, I'll just do this. Public static void send notification with target. We'll do string title, string body, ID target, like that. And now we can do this here. Put this down here. Replace the body method with body, the title with title, and okay, there we go. And for the notification ID, we'll just set this to target. I'm sorry, that is our contact ID, our custom notification type ID, and then this will be the target. So where are we going to get this contact here? We'll have to pass in that somehow. And again, this is a refactoring. As I'm thinking about this on the fly, I'm realizing, hey, guess what we've done? We've now implemented a custom constructor that we could just fill it in here. So let's just can this here, these two things. And we've got this example code, what we can do with this. What are some other use cases that you can think of for why we might want to send this, or to send notifications out? Sasha, do you have any ideas on other reasons you might want to send a notification?
From IPX or in general?
In general.
Well, basically the most common use case is the record changes, right? So any conditions on any fields that might be of interest to a user. It can be also that you as an admin just want to notify users about some event happens, and because at the end This is a invocable action API, and Apex uses this API wrapper to send notifications. You can build the page, basically even with a send button to like, I want to send notification to a specific user.
So could we build a button that would, I mean, obviously we have 5 minutes left. We don't have time to do it today. But in theory, could you build a messaging interface that allowed you to type a custom message and then hit a button and send that message to a user?
Yeah, you can absolutely do it. And it's probably worth mentioning that besides the process builder and Apex, you can also send custom notifications from the flow builder. And flow builder actually allows you to build a screen and a flow, so you can have some kind of a flow where a user goes through the screens, and at the end, there is a notification that is being sent to the list of users.
That's cool. That's fancy.
Yeah.
It's very fancy. Yeah. So people may not be aware of this. Chatter messages automatically get pushed. Is that true? Or fire a notification?
Well, I would say that it's the other way around, right? So when chatter message is being posted, then the notifications are being sent for things like at mentions or posts or comments.
Okay. So let's see. Do I have chatter on this page? Chatter. So if I just go in here and I share an update and say, hello, everyone, and I share it, I shouldn't get a notification, right? I would have to build that in Notification Builder, in Process Builder flow. But if I were to do like at hi, then you would receive a notification.
Yeah.
Hey, there it is. I like this. The audio feedback.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So basically Chatter, I know that a lot of developers use Chatter actually as a workaround because they could not send custom notifications before. That was their way of sending notification to a user about anything, because there was an action to actually post to Chatter. So they would, instead of sending something like custom notification, they would make a post and they would mention the user that they want to notify and put some text there. So that was a workaround. Now there is no need for this workaround anymore because you can just send custom notification.
Yeah, and Mark is actually telling us that calling it in a flow is going to be more useful. He's noticed that if you try to build these out in Process Builder, there's some difficulties in pulling in variables from related records. So, without diving too deep into that and trying to replicate the difficulties, it seems like, and flow is going to give you more flexibility. So I'm going to encourage everyone to start with flow.
Absolutely. Flow gives you the more flexibility, and between Apex and Process Builder, it's a sweet spot because it has a visual interface. So you don't really have to write code, but at the same time, it gives you much more flexibility. There is a limitation on the Process Builder that people who tried it already noticed, that the recipient is only one ID. So you can send to a group, you can send to a user, but it's one group, one user. Both in Apex and in Flow, you can actually build a list of groups, list of users, list of owners. So that's something that gives you much more flexibility than the Process Builder. And there are other things, like Mark mentioned, potentially that like getting to the certain fields on the certain records is much more convenient and much more flexible in flows.
So you might use the Notification Builder in Flow to say, okay, I'm going to look at what, say, the stage of this opportunity is switched to. And if it's closed won, then I'm not only going to notify everybody on the opportunity team, I'm also going to take the opportunity to look up their manager and send them a notification and say, hey, go give so-and-so a pat on the back. They did a great job.
Exactly.
Or, send, it'd be great to add this to the component that gives you confetti on the screen. You know what I'm talking about? Like, opportunity closed won, everyone gets a notification, and you get the confetti on your screen. I love it. All right, well,
that's a feature request.
we've got 2 minutes left, and I'm going to open the floor for everyone to ask questions here. Again, sorry we've had a little bit of the technical difficulties here at the beginning. Anybody want to ask any questions or give any snide comments or give feedback there in the chat? Feel free. In the meantime, I want to thank you, Alexandra, for joining me today. This has been a good time.
Very welcome.
Good times, and special thanks to the mobile SDK team who helped me doing some debugging this week on the demo app that I was writing. So that was good times with them too. I'm not seeing any more feedback or questions, so I'm going to give it. We've got like 30 seconds left. So with that, I'll say thank you very much, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again next week on codeLive.
Thank you, and everybody have a good day.